Hello everyone. Today we are here with Gerald from HAECO. Hello Gerald, how are you?
Thank you very much. How was that?
So coming to my first question, could you tell us about your company and about yourself and what brings you to the Middle East market?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. First of all, my name is Gerald Steinhoff. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer sitting in Hong Kong in our headquarters for HAECO. HAECO is a global company, the leading company in base maintenance services, also very strong in the engine sector. What I say, it's a nose-to-tail provider for MRO services. We are globally set up, so we have 15,000, 60,000 people around the world serving our airline customers on maintenance and repair and overhaul.
How do you see the current trends shaping the MRO sector and what challenges does HAECO foresee in the next 5 years?
So what is currently definitely a trend, and we see that with many customers approaching us, let's talk about the base maintenance services. So due to the factor that the demand is very high on the market at the moment, many airlines trusted partnerships. So this shopping attitude to look for a slot in the next 2-3 months, this is really over. The shops are quite full globally, and many airlines go with partnerships and look for contracts that are 2, 3, 5 years long with suppliers that bring the quality and the turnaround time they need. That is a very important trend, and we try to, let's say, provide that to our trusted airlines.
So HAECO has been at the forefront of innovation in aircraft maintenance. How is the company integrating, digitalization, AI, and predictive maintenance into its MRO operations?
That's a very good point, and you just touched on a very important trend as well, the digitalization. One important, let's say, product that we have developed in the last years by having a dedicated digital team working on our facility in Hong Kong is a so-called Customer Gateway. Customer Gateway is a tool where our customers from home can see the progress on their base maintenance and the aircraft in our hangars. What does it mean for them? It means highest transparency on a daily basis, where we stand with our work and what we promised. But it also means that they don't need too many people in our facilities in Hong Kong, because actually what they can observe is from home. How far are we? Which progress do we make? Which problems do we face? And we can jointly work on these issues much more efficient than in the past.
Right. So the company has a global footprint. Are there any expansion plan or new partnership that will enhance your service capabilities?
Yes, we have a 10 years growth plan. And that includes, of course, growing with our trusted customers, the airlines, on the one hand, and on the other hand, also strategic projects. Very well seen is currently our extension in Xiamen, one of our facilities for base maintenance. What we do there, we build up the largest single-span hangar in the world. And this will be opening in 2 years already. That is a fascinating project because it has a lot of chances for efficiencies in-house, and it will be a brand new hangar that you've never seen before. Fantastic, efficient, with a lot of ideas for sustainability, and I think this will be a major blast. Other products as well. We're going to further invest into engines. We're going to further invest into other products like landing gears, composites, and component services. But there are many things in the pipeline right now that we are discussing also with trusted partners here in the Middle East.
Skilled labor shortages are a concern in the aviation MRO sector. How is HAECO addressing workforce development and training to ensure a steady talent pipeline?
That is definitely one of the things that the whole industry is discussing right now. Everybody finds its solutions for that. But I have to say, 1 year ago, we went through this dip and we really had to find for dedicated mechanics and engineers. Now, in the meantime, especially in Hong Kong, we found fantastic solutions for that. We have stabilized the workforce again. And you see that with the feedback of our customers in line maintenance in Hong Kong, they're very satisfied. How did we do this? On the one hand, of course, with partnerships on training schools around Hong Kong, but also with the factor that Hong Kong is a very attractive place to work, and that people around the region, but also globally, joined us in Hong Kong in order to stabilize the workforce again. And this is a good example. I just want to touch on one nice area, I have to say, Chinese mainland. Chinese mainland doesn't have that problem, as we always talk about. Right? Chinese mainland has a fantastic competitive advantage. Stable workforce, very satisfied workforce, and we are proud about that as well. But different regions, different issues.
How does HAECO collaborate with airlines and aircraft manufacturers, OEMs, to enhance operational efficiency and ensure compliance with evolving regulatory requirements and compliances?
I would say we are known as a very trusted partner with OEMs in the global MRO industry. You can see that on the one hand, that we have good joint ventures on the one end with HAECO on the Rolls-Royce engine shop that we have in Hong Kong. That's a 50-50 joint venture. On the other hand, we have as minority shareholder in Xiamen, GE, in our HES facility. That collaboration with the engine manufacturers enables us, although we have very tough times with part shortages and everything, to utilize their network in order to optimize the turnaround times. Although we all know currently turnaround times are not to utmost satisfaction of customers, that's very clear. We know where that comes from, but with these partners on hand, we can utilize networks and their engineering capabilities to improve that and limit the effects to our customers.
So, beyond heavy maintenance, how is your company is strengthening its aftermarket services, including component repair and support to meet evolving airline needs?
Maybe to start with one point that is most important for the customer, that is the focal point to the customer. What we have done in the last years, we have established an international organization with salespeople, commercial people sitting in those countries and regions where our customers are. I think this is, first of all, a very important one for a customer that they like, that they really appreciate. With that said, we make ourselves as doing business easy, I think, for the customer. Focal point contact, we have an organization behind that serves according to needs. That is, I think, a very important point. Other developments in products as well. As I said, investment plans on all of our products. Further innovations on new ideas, how to optimize our factory as well. You're going to see that latest in Xiamen as well, when you suddenly have drones flying around your aircraft, looking at their quality after work. But you're also going to have, let's say, little tool carriages running around the shop floor and carrying all the tools that we need at the aircraft. So highest automation as well in the factories that we further build. And that will be really a big milestone in efficiency.
Right. You mentioned about your partnership with Rolls-Royce. Yeah. What kind of services, I think it's basically on inspection part.
Yeah.
So could you elaborate on more on that?
Yeah. Our partnership with Rolls-Royce is a long one. Actually, mainly we're working on the Trent engines that are our focal point in the shop in HAECO, so in Hong Kong. But also with other big engine MROs, we are in partnerships or we further develop. You might have seen the latest news with Safran, where we signed on agreements that allow us now to enter into the LEAP engine in order to further repair that. First with light checks, with on-wing support, but that will have a future in a few years so that we are able to also enter into heavy repairs as well. So that is the way of how we work together with OEMs in order to further enter engine markets that are necessary for our customers.
Coming to my last question, what is HAECO's long-term vision for the future of MRO industry? And how is your company positioning itself to stay ahead of the competition? And what are your future plans for the Middle East market?
These were a lot of questions, but they belong together. You're totally right, because the Middle East is absolutely part of our vision. But maybe to draw some lines, you see that HAECO is 75 years old now this year. This is a fantastic anniversary. We are looking forward to another 75 years at least to say this as a vision. Our vision contains or is established in new hangars that we establish. They are sustainable. They are highly automated. We will integrate AI. We will integrate digital opportunities to make our work highly efficient and also, solve those issues that we see on the labor market at the moment. The Middle East region is of highest importance with that. You see that with the latest announcement today. We just announced that we have the Emirates contract signed on the 777 landing gear.
Right.
This was just today.
Right.
And Emirates is an example how commercially we enter into countries where the customer is satisfied with our services, like the A380 we have with them in Xiamen, and they will hopefully soon extend their contract with us.
Right.
So happiness with the customer as a first step, offering our services, and then maybe let's see what comes. Because in the end, we hope for maybe a little investments as well.
That is all. And thank you so much for talking to us.
I thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.